everybody, and welcome back to the Bolt Report. As always, my name is Jake Ricker. Alongside me is my good friend and co-host, Michael Wax. And Michael, unfortunately, some sad news to talk about today as we get officially underway here in this offseason for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Barclay Goodrow has been traded by the Lightning to the New York Rangers in exchange for a seventh-round pick in the 2022 NHL Draft. We knew this was becoming because of cap space, but Michael, how you feeling today?
It's a pretty disappointing ending to what was an amazing year and a half for Barclay Goodrow in Tampa Bay. And Jake, you had released an article just this morning asking who should the Lightning keep, Blake Coleman or Barclay Goodrow? Well, I mean, we have our answer. If the Lightning would like to re-sign Blake Coleman, they have their answer. But again, we'll have to see how that plays out. But with Goodrow, I'm excited to talk about how he performed with the Lightning, what his accomplishments were. And overall, I just think that I hope he has a great opportunity in New York ahead of him.
Yeah, they're actually already talking about a potential extension for him in New York, somewhere around 6 years potentially, which was pretty surprising to me, but good for him if he can secure a nice long-term contract, especially in the kind of market that we're in now. Definitely deserved from him, though. You know, two-time Stanley Cup champion, really helped the Bolts get pushed over the edge. But let's talk about his career here in Tampa Bay. So obviously Barclay Goodrow did not start with the Lightning. He played for the San Jose Sharks for a long time, all the way starting back in 2014 to 2015 season, and was traded to the Lightning in the 2019 to 2020 trade deadline. And if you remember, that was in exchange for a first round pick. And it turned a lot of heads when they made that trade initially. A lot of people thought that was way too much. But as soon as Goodrow came over to the Lightning, he played in 8 games in that season, which was put on pause. Only had 2 assists in those 8 games, but he really took on a new role for the Lightning. He was huge on the penalty kill for them and was big in the playoffs and was a big part of the reason the Lightning were able to win their second ever Stanley Cup in franchise history.
Yeah, and one of the big things that we saw after the trade, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, is essentially the Lightning had only moved down essentially 40, 50, 60 slots in that draft because they got a third round pick back. And the fan base was wondering, well, why'd you pay such a big price for Barclay Goodrow? And then you see him on the penalty kill, and your questions are answered because even though Blake Coleman and Barclay Goodrow did not play on the same line to begin with, I believe Blake Coleman was on the third, Barclay Goodrow was on the fourth. They played together on the penalty kill, and they were outstanding to begin during the 1920 season. There was the famous game against Calgary where the Lightning would get 3 shorthanded chances from just Goodrow and Coleman by themselves in one penalty kill. And then later in the penalty kill, Yanni Gourde, because everybody on the Flame side is so tired, comes in and scores a shorthanded goal. So that's how you sort of knew that this penalty kill group was special. That's how you knew that Barclay Goodrow was going to make an impact. And then the bubble happened, and credit to Coach Cooper. He saw that Barclay Goodrow and Blake Coleman were playing well together, and he knew that Yanni Gourde was that guy to bring them both into a space where they can both thrive. And that's essentially what happened. You know, Barclay Goodrow in the bubble was outstanding, and that really carried on throughout the rest of his Lightning tenure.
Well, and JBB knew at the time of making the trade that this wasn't just a one-year rental thing. He knew both Coleman and Goodrow had 2 years left on their contracts at the time of acquiring them. And it worked out. It continued to work out for the Lightning in the next season, as in just this last year, Goodrow, who played in 55 games, had 6 goals, 14 assists for 20 points, which is right on pace for, or even a little bit better than what he was doing in San Jose. Obviously, this season was also a shortened season as well, but another good year from Barclay Goodrow. And then Michael, as you kind of talked about with Goodrow, Coleman, and Gourde line, you know, that line, especially this year in the postseason, really took off. Cooper started them basically every single game in the postseason because they played so well and were another huge reason the Lightning were able to win their second Stanley Cup in back-to-back. Their third of the franchise. Yes, by the way, I love these hats, which, by the way, if you guys want to support us and go get them for your own, make sure you go to fanatics.com. We'll have an affiliate link down in our description as well. So go check that out. Get your Stanley Cup merchandise because, well, they might be outdated by next year. Who knows? That's how it happened last year. But yeah, so Goodrow, another huge impact for the Lightning in the postseason. So, Michael, I would say the first round pick that they gave up for him, worth it times 1,000 to win 2 Stanley Cups. Goodrow was awesome for this franchise, and he will definitely be missed.
Yeah, and I would say his biggest defining moment, more so than the penalty killing, which was his best trait, was that assist on that Blake Coleman Superman goal in the finals. Being there in person, you really didn't expect anything to come of that play, and both Barclay Goodrow and Blake Coleman put their soul uh, out on the ice and got the Lightning the lead once again. And I know we brought up Blake Coleman's name a lot. He's not leaving yet. Like, I want to make that very clear. He's still under contract with the Lightning. His rights haven't been triggered or anything like that. But it just seemed like these two were completely interlinked during their time here because they were traded for around the same time. They were both given a hefty return. With Coleman, it was 3 first-round picks. With Barclay Goodrow, was a first-round pick. And it really seemed like, as people started talking about them as one-time Stanley Cup champions and then 2-time Stanley Cup champions, they said these two guys are the reason that the Lightning won because they went out and they gambled and they got it. So again, Coleman's still on the team. Goodrow isn't anymore. The fact that the Lightning got something for a pending unrestricted free agent is great. JBB honestly did the right thing here. It just hurts as a fan.
Yeah, and you would have hoped maybe it would have been a little bit more as a fan, I think. And you, as Lightning fans, we know what he can do and how valuable to a team he can be. But as you mentioned, he was an unrestricted free agent. It wasn't that he wasn't under contract. So you're right. Getting anything for him is obviously way better than nothing. But it'll be interesting to see how things play out next year. If the Lightning do keep Coleman, is Coleman going to have that same effect that he's had for the Lightning over these past 2 seasons? If Goodrow is not there with him, it'll be interesting to see how those things play out. I think this impact will be felt, though, no question about it, because Goodrow did such a good job with the Lightning and was a fan favorite, I would say, even a little bit. A lot of people, I think, really enjoyed his time here. So, Michael, before we wrap up this video, anything else to add?
Yeah, I think Goodrow gave himself a nickname a little bit too late into his tenure because then fans started to gravitate towards him a little bit more. But I will say that the Jeep will be missed, and I hope he does well in New York. Not too well because we don't we want to beat the Rangers,
We
but I
hope he
hope that
does
he
well unless
personally.
he's playing us. Then
I hope personally he does well.
Yes, exactly. So, hey, that's going to do it for us in today's video here on the Bolt Report. Please be sure to leave a like on the video. If you did enjoy this video, it really helps us out here on YouTube. Let us know you're enjoying these videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. Don't forget to check out our new website, boltreporttb.com. If you haven't checked it out yet, everything will be linked down in the description. Also, we have lots of new ways to support us if you're into that. We have affiliate links to Fanatics, FOCO. We also have a discount code with Smack Apparel. Go check them out. They got some really neat t-shirts. You can use code Bolt Report for 21% off your entire order. So, but remember, your Tampa Bay Lightning, despite having to lose some players this offseason, are still your back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champions.
Bolt.